You saw her. She noticed you. There was a moment. And then, you let it pass. You told yourself it wasn't the right time. You didn't want to be weird. She looked busy, focused, unapproachable. But let's be honest. That was fear, not timing, not respect, just fear disguised as caution. You've convinced yourself that inaction is safe, that silence protects you. But every time you hesitate when you feel the pull, you're not avoiding failure. You're choosing it. And here's the worst part. You didn't just lose her. You lost a piece of yourself. This isn't about talking to girls. This is about trusting your instinct and acting before fear becomes your identity. Let's break it down. Why you need to talk to her, what's stopping you, and exactly how to do it with confidence and calm. Section 1. The psychology of approach anxiety. Approach anxiety isn't about the girl. It's about your relationship with rejection. Your brain isn't afraid of her response. It's afraid of what you'll tell yourself if it doesn't go well. You've linked rejection to shame. You've tied being ignored to not being good enough. So your system does what it's trained to do. It protects you. It freezes. It hesitates. It builds stories about why it's better to wait or do nothing. But in reality, you're not avoiding rejection. You're practicing self-abandonment. Every time you silence the voice inside that says, move, you make it harder to hear next time. And eventually, it disappears. You don't just stop approaching. You stop expressing. You stop creating sparks in life. Not because you lack game, but because you lack motion. Section 2. I don't want to bother her isn't true. This excuse is seductive because it sounds noble, like you're protecting her peace, respecting her space. But the truth is harsher. You're protecting yourself from rejection. If you knew she wanted you to say something, you would have. You didn't act because you feared what it would feel like to be dismissed. So instead of stepping forward, you hid behind a false virtue. Let's call it what it is. It's not maturity. It's ego dressed as manners. And what happens? You walk away, you tell yourself next time, but you don't believe it. Because next time, you'll freeze again. Unless you change the pattern. Section 3. What she actually sees. Here's the brutal irony. You think she didn't notice you, but she did. She saw the glances, the internal hesitation, the half-energy orbiting around her. And instead of a confident approach, she watched you disappear into the background. That's not mystery. That's disappointment. Because the truth is, most women do want to be approached. But only by a man who owns the moment. A man who says, I'm not perfect, I'm not rehearsed, but I'm present. Not the guy who tried to manifest eye contact for 30 minutes and then walked out without a word. That's not safety. That's a man at war with himself. And that's not attractive. Section 4. How to approach her calmly and cleanly. Forget lines, forget tricks, forget being alpha. Presence is everything. 1. Feel the pull. Decide within 3 seconds. No inner debate. No pacing around. The longer you stall, the harder it gets. 2. Walk grounded. No sneak, no slouch, just walk over like a man with nothing to prove. 3. Speak with truth and stillness. Try this. Hey, I noticed you and figured I'd regret not saying hi. Random, but you've got great energy. Had to say something. 4. Stay in it. Don't flee. Most guys rush the first words, then exit before connection happens. Ask her name. See how she reacts. Build from there. 5. If she's not receptive, exit with grace. Smile. Nod. All good. Have a great one. The calm exit is your power. The goal isn't to get her. It's to honor the part of you that acts, that leads, that lives. That's what she's responding to anyway. Section 5. The compound effect of action. You don't need every approach to go perfectly. You don't need her number, or a date, or a spark. What you do need is momentum. Because momentum rewires identity. It builds the belief that you can act on your instincts. That fear doesn't control you. The more you approach, the easier it becomes to speak when it matters, to lead when it counts, to flirt, ask, move, without flinching. And that energy, it becomes who you are. And that man is magnetic even in silence. Observer's take. The scariest thing about hesitation is that it hides behind good reasons. You'll always have an excuse. You'll always find a story. But deep down, you know what's real. You saw her, you wanted to speak, and you didn't. Not because she was taken, not because she was in a rush, because you were afraid. But that moment was yours. Next time, don't wait. Don't overthink. Don't run from yourself. Go and meet her, now. See the unseen, control the game.